Why hello there again, fellow agents. Yes, we are talking about Tom Clancy's The Division. Hello everyone, it's Robbie with Open World Games, and as you know, I love talking about this game. Well, we're going to be going over a bunch of details. As usual, if this video is a little longer, you can go ahead and skip to the information that you seek by using the description below as a guide, so you can skip to the top comments. I'm going to be reviewing those. You can skip to the brand new interview. And then, of course, I'm going to be going over First Person and The Division, why we would want to see it, Oculus Rift. By the way, once again, we are teaming up with Star Wars HQ and doing our Xbox One and PS4 giveaway. You can find out more about that in the description. Get this, pre-orders are now available for The Division. This is really good news. It is telling of the release date. I really do think now, since pre-orders are starting up for The Division, it will be releasing in 2015, so that is good news. Hopefully that's not delayed, but again, we really just want a game that works at launch, so that is priority. If they have to delay it for a few months, that's okay. Just make sure the game works at launch. So we all think about The Division and it being a third-person shooter. What about first person? Well, remember, Red Storm Entertainment is helping with the development of the game. They made Ghost Recon Future Soldier, and in that game they offered a first-person perspective when aiming down the sights. It's possible we could be seeing a mode like that, but get this. I think a lot of us will want to see first-person, or at least the option to switch to first-person because of one thing, the Oculus Rift. Now, the rumor is it is coming out this year, 2015. It could be releasing along some big games. And I don't think Ubisoft wants to miss out on that. So it would be interesting if we did see the option of a first-person perspective. And I'm saying option. For me personally, The Division is going to be first and foremost a third-person shooter. And I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't even include first-person. But I think a lot of developers are hopping on board the first-person perspective, including Rockstar. Remember, they added first-person for GTA 5, and they didn't do it just for the heck of it. They did it, I know, because of virtual reality. They know it's coming. Everyone's preparing. The first-person perspective could be king here in a few years' time, but I really dig the third-person perspective. I love it still because of the customization and being able to see my character. Let me know if you guys want to see first-person in The Division. Recently, MakingGames.com interviewed Rodrigo Cortez, the brand art director at Ubisoft Massive, asked him a bunch of questions, and there were some interesting details in there. You're probably wondering, is The Division a proper MMO? Does it share one gigantic server for the entire map space, or is it multiple tiny servers, and how confident are they with their servers? Well, they were asked a bunch of questions about that, so let's check it out. So Making Games went on to ask a really good question. They asked, is The Division a kind of mega server like with EVE Online? And Rodrigo Cortez replied saying, no, we don't have a mega server. It's merely a new way to deal with existing server technology. However, our approach is based on ordinary server architecture. Anyway, it all works very well and smoothly. So it does appear that they do know what they are doing for the online portion for The Division, but they did go on. They go on by asking, so you have several servers that constantly communicate with each other? And he replies, exactly. This allows for excellent matchmaking and a very stable friend system. Those were the basics of the project. The rest of it, the rendering etc. was only secondary. This was also because Ubisoft didn't know what technology we actually had. All they knew was that we wanted to provide this seamless online experience. Now, this game engine sounds like it's completely outside of Ubisoft's realm. It's not associated with Assassin's Creed or anything. They went out, they found the most talented people for an online seamless game, and they came up with these guys. And then they asked this. Was the engine also an asset Ubisoft acquired Massive for? And he responds, when Ubisoft acquired us, they were more after the studio and the general philosophy. Of course, the assets were part of it too, and obviously Ubisoft knew that those were technically advanced, especially in regards to the online business. After making a lot of PC games such as World and Conflict, we already had a lot of experience in that area, but we also presented our engine plans to again link innovation to technology and our work approach. However, that wasn't the main reason for Ubisoft's acquisition. So, basically Ubisoft acquired Massive for the online seamless experience. There's going to be multiple seamless servers in the game. There's not going to be one gigantic game world server where you will be seeing hundreds of agents roaming around. You'll step into a social zone. It'll probably in the background do some matchmaking for you without you asking for it to, and then you'll be loaded into a server seamlessly. Same thing for dark zones. Once you step into that dark zone, there's some sort of matchmaking going on in the background. So it sounds like they really are focused on the online portion of the game. That is why these guys were hired for the project. So good news, it sounds like they're getting more and more experience with the online portion. Now you're probably wondering about the PS4 versus the Xbox One. Well, Rodrigo Cortez also commented about that, and this is what he had to say. This discussion was always about multi-platform games. Our engine is multi-platform compatible too, but the reason we built it is to take full advantage of the potential of the new consoles. I have no doubt that both platforms are very powerful. Looking at their exclusive titles, let's take Forza 5 Full HD 60 frames per second, a beautiful game, probably one of the most beautiful games ever made, yet people still talk about the resolution. I don't want to comment any more on that, but in my opinion, it has already been proven what the new console generation is capable of. If you give the developers enough time and if they know exactly which resources they can make use of, just look at Rise and Forza on the Xbox One or Infamous and Killzone on the PlayStation 4. The developers know their hardware very well, and this gave them an advantage, which you can see in those games. So I totally agree with him. You could just look to the first-party titles alone for the Xbox One and PS4 and get an idea that the PS4 and Xbox One are pretty much dead even, especially when it comes to the third-party titles. I have played many third-party titles on both the PS4 and Xbox One, and it is awesome to say that they are dead even. So good news, it looks like there's going to be a great experience all around on the different consoles. Equality everywhere. Now there's a bunch of other details in the interview about the graphics technology, about Sweden being the center of the technology world right now, and it's really interesting. You can check it out in the description, so be sure to read it if you want to. So there's one thing I haven't talked about in relations to the Division, and that is group AI and tactics. Yes, we will be seeing a group leader in the Division, so you'll be going up against a large group. You will see a group leader that is commanding his squad around, and it's very likely it's going to work similar to Assassin's Creed Unity system, where you saw that group leader. He's giving a morale boost to everyone around him. If you take him down, then the morale will suffer and everyone will disperse. I think that's going to be the same thing, but a little bit different, of course. You will possibly see buffs given to the lackeys in the group, and then once you take down that group leader, maybe you'll see a reduction in accuracy for that group. You may see a reduction in the response time, stuff that's realistic, I would expect, from the Division. So it makes sense to take down the group leader. You're going to have to be working with your team to get to him, and I think that's where some of you snipers will be coming in handy. You can lay down sniper fire right out of the gates and really handle that group leader immediately. So, now on to your top comments. Remember to leave your comment below for a chance for it to be featured in one of the videos here on Open World Games, but here we go, we're going to get straight into it. Here's one of the upvoted comments from you guys. It comes from Vinay Teja Reddy. Ubisoft is bad at making multiplayer games. Don't ever buy them. I mean, they make them good, but they don't have any software to ban cheaters, so they don't even care about cheaters. They just make the game and don't even support it later on. Useless company now. I used to love it. Below are the games I found cheaters. These are the games I own from Ubisoft. And it goes to the Splinter Cell, Watch Dogs, and then The Crew. Better don't buy Ubishift games for multiplayers only. Okay, so basically what I talked about earlier in the video was how I really do think Ubisoft is recognizing that they aren't the best at online games. That's why they make Assassin's Creed. They're sticking to mostly single player. Of course, Assassin's Creed Unity had co-op, but they hired Massive for the online portion. They needed outside help. They're like, we need help, big time. So we're gonna hire you guys. Please don't disappoint us. So let's hope that Ubisoft Massive brings good luck and really does a good job with the online portion for the Division. Maybe that will trickle into other franchises at Ubisoft. I really hope it works out. But I will agree with you, they are not the best at online historically, so let's cross our fingers. Cross them hard. Here's another one. The Anangri Charizard asks, will there be proper gun gameplay or will it be shitty gun mechanics like Watch Dogs? He got 7 upvotes. A lot of you apparently think Watch Dogs have shitty gunplay in it. Well, remember, the core gunplay experience is being developed by Red Storm Entertainment. Do not think about Watch Dogs in any way when it comes to gameplay. Think about Ghost Recon Future Soldier. So there you have it, an indication of what to expect from gun mechanics. This right here is actually a good question. Here we go. Got a Gun 85 asks, how many characters can you create? Destiny has 3 max. Now that really isn't known, but what you can do is go to social zones in the Division, which is going to be your base of operations, and respec your characters. I wouldn't be surprised if they had multiple character slots just like Destiny. Sounds like the game is really going after that Destiny vibe of just hanging out, having fun with friends, going after the co-op and then the PvP. So think Destiny for basically everything for the Division. I'm hoping that it has more of a story, of course, than Destiny. The good news is, it is going to have NPCs in the world. But yeah, I would expect some sort of respec system, and then also multiple character slots. And here we go. This one comes from Omni Tamanaja, I believe. I hope I got that right. Can you kill another player that is just walking around and steal his or her stuff? Well, actually, no, you can't. What you have to do is you have to go to a dark zone to engage any other players. I hope they add some sort of duel mechanic where you can goof off with your group. You can actually challenge each other, see who has the best weapon, and then get a small bonus from that. But no, you can't do that any time in the game. You probably won't be seeing that in social zones. It's going to be your safe zone where you can just hang out, trade gear, sell stuff. And then the PvP zones, you're going to go hardcore on each other and kill each other in the dark zones. And there, you're going to be trying to steal each other's gear. So there you guys have it. Tom Clancy The Division. Can't wait for this game. Look forward to more news, a new gameplay trailer soon. I'm hoping that it's very soon. So I'm crossing my fingers about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. And again, we are still doing our Xbox One and PS4 giveaway. Check that description. We're teaming up with Star Wars HQ. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.
Alright. The store was empty. I heard that gunfire. Nick, check your map. See if there's anything in the area. That police station's going critical.